Man, it's been a hot minute since I've done this. Let's see here. Ooh. There we go. Now it appears I am live, making sure that this microphone is on. It is. Good, good, good. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me see, just real quick. All right, let's just see this real quick. Sick. All right, it's working. Good, good, good. How are you guys doing? How's it going? I hope all is well. Happy December, and hopefully everything is going well with you guys in your studies. And I am. This has been a really hot minute since I've done a stream. I think it's been like over. It's been like over a year since I've done a stream. So it's been it's good. It's good to get back into the streaming game. I should probably do more of these. But anyway. So, hey, I appreciate you guys, joining me today. And today we're really talking about two things. First is just answering anything related to cybersecurity. And second is the cybersecurity course that I have actually produced here. Now, this isn't a sales funnel live stream. I'm not trying to get you to try to get to the, the course. But I think that the just kind of mentioning the course here and what it's about, and for those of you who may be interested, this could be something very much so interesting for you. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just quickly get started with just a little bit of an overview of the course. So for the last 6 months, since quarantine basically has started, I have created this cybersecurity course with really two elements in mind. The first one is to talk about the foundations of cybersecurity, and the second one is to really mention how to practically apply your knowledge in cybersecurity. Now, those are very broad, base level topics there, but this is really the two kind of efforts that I had gone in mind with this course. And I will be answering questions, by the way, so no worries. You don't have to worry about that. Anyway, so this course it's about basically trying to give you a good base to go off of. And from there, you're going to kind of learn my process of how I go about applying my knowledge in cybersecurity. You guys, for those of you who've been following me for a while, you will know that a lot of times, I've shown you my side projects, home lab, and I've shown you what I can do and just really how I'm practically applying my knowledge and venturing into my own learning journey. And this is exactly what I show you in this course. Is I give you the foundations of IT and cybersecurity and networking. And from there, we go out and create 3 capstone projects, really creating a virtual lab in cybersecurity. And after that, I give you, the students, an opportunity to practically apply your knowledge through small-scale mini projects and labs. And I'm going to show you that document here in a moment. But a lot of times throughout the last 2 years, as I've documented my learning journey, there's really been two kind of key things that have stuck out to me. The first one is when it comes to cybersecurity courses. Although there are a lot of good ones out there, a lot of them provide that foundational knowledge of whatever the course is teaching, whether that's a free course or a $10 Udemy course. And I think that it's great that they mention those concepts, but I think the hard part about it when I leave a course is that I don't understand where I'm going, with that knowledge. I just kind of let it go. So from that perspective, I think that's one thing that it looks at. Number two is, I'm a university student as well. So I'm pursuing an undergraduate in cybersecurity. And, my classes, although have been somewhat beneficial, there really has been no practice or any sort of application, applicative areas where I can actually apply my knowledge. It's a lot of kind of outdated concepts, and a lot of times they just are looking for the right answer. So that's really kind of the two key things that have stuck out: colleges and other courses. And so I've created this course to introduce the foundations and then give you that area or element of practical application. And you go out and research, the different areas of cybersecurity. You go out and complete the projects, and I give you, some starting resources, but that's really kind of the basis behind this entire course, is to give you a platform to launch into your own learning journey. Anyway. So that's the whole kind of pitch there. But anyway, let's go ahead and kind of overview the course itself here. So, a couple days ago, I released a video out on my YouTube channel talking about releasing the course, and I just want to briefly address this quickly. And within this YouTube video, I mentioned the course and everything. And for the time being, I've never really done this before. I've never released a course. I've never looked into doing something like this. And from this, what I have found is that the launch price that I had was just not set at the right threshold for the majority of students. And I didn't really think about that going in. And ultimately, my goal is to help you get started in cybersecurity. It's not to make a huge profit. Now, with that being said, I've sunken in probably 1,400 plus hours into this program, a lot of it being just the editing and the presentation of the entire course. And so I do believe that it is definitely worth the money. But again, I definitely, I want to help as many people as possible, and I'm not trying to stretch you for a specific amount of money. So with that being said, from the feedback that I have gotten from my students, or from just people in general, what I'm going to do is I'm releasing a $40 or $39 coupon for you to go out and use this week. And after this week, it will go up again. So if you are looking to get started in cybersecurity and as an excitement of launching this course and listening to the students, I want to provide you that opportunity to go out and get the course for an affordable pricing for the majority of you. Anyway, I do definitely want to interact with chat here. I know I'm just kind of going off in a rant. So I do want to do that. But first off, let's go ahead and just look into the course itself. So once you get into the course, I'm going to teach you kind of 3 or 4 main topics. The first one is the IT fundamentals. So I'm going to give you kind of the basics of hardware and software, what that covers. The second thing is networks and how the functions of networking work and how they work together. The third thing is talking about the security fundamentals. So we're going to go over general cybersecurity defenses, and we're going to talk about attacks, different types of malware, and really just go over the general defenses of what you can do. And then the fourth and fifth are Linux and programming, and more specifically Python programming. So I'm going to give you some more technical abilities to go out and apply your knowledge in cyber. So that's the 5 foundational topics that I'm trying to give you. And through that, we're going to build 3 capstone projects. We're going to build an Active Directory lab, and we're going to connect various types of clients. And then within those section projects that I mentioned earlier, you're going to go out and actually do a little bit more in that lab. The second thing is we're going to be building a web server off of Linux, and we're going to be securing that. We're going to be using IP tables as the firewall, creating different firewall rules. And we're going to be installing the LAMP stack. And for those of you who don't know, LAMP stack stands for Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. It is a common web server setup. So we're going to be writing a script to automatically set up a web server. And then the third thing we're going to do is we're going to be doing some script development in Python. Oftentimes, unless you want to become some sort of security software developer where you're looking and auditing secure code, you're looking for secure code vulnerabilities, or you're looking for code vulnerabilities within programs, then oftentimes you're just looking for scripting or automation to, look at provisioning or creating a little script which can do X, Y, Z. So in that, what I show you is Python is a good language to do that. We're going to learn the foundations of Python, and then we're going to go and develop some scripts. And once again, I give you that projects document where you're going to go out and develop a list of scripts. So that is the foundation. So once you get into the course, you're going to have the ability to look at the content here within this, and really it's a lot of content, foundational content with IT and cyber, and yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the chat real quick because I know I want to keep up with this here. So I'm going to go ahead and answer this question. Which, let's see here, which I found from Iceborne here. So it says, hi Grant, first question, why your course? You never worked in the IT industry before. Why should someone invest in something like this of your course? Great question, right? So the foundational thing that I have built this channel off of is I am a cybersecurity student, right? I cannot say that I have 15 plus years experience and 5 certifications and a cybersecurity degree. Although I'm close to getting my cybersecurity degree, I can't say that I have all of that. So the reason, or who this course is for students who are entering university, who are interested in cybersecurity, and for those of you who are interested in learning about practical elements of application as a student. Lots of students out there can go out and, pick up a course, whatever that is, and learn. But what I show you is, throughout my YouTube channel, I hope I've shown you that there are so many different ways that you can go out and actually develop the skills, from a course. And so that is really the core. That's the core of what I'm giving you within this course. Is I'm giving you a base. And from that base, we're going to go out and develop labs, hands-on projects that you will be able to understand from that base. And, so yeah, I can't relate off of the 15 years experience. I can't go off of that, but I can say that I totally relate to you. I understand exactly where you're at in terms of your learning process because I'm right exactly in it. The other thing is, and I'm not trying to tout here or say some bragging, but I have had multiple internship experiences where I have been in enterprise environments. I've looked at, their infrastructure and I've seen their layout. So I kind of understand the kind of concepts that students should probably be focusing on, and that includes the foundations of networking, IT security, and really Active Directory. And from those skills, you can go out and develop your own virtual lab and really kind of emulate an enterprise network or a business network. So that's kind of what you're paying for in the course. I'm never going to claim that I have 15 years experience, and there is definitely something to be said about that. But I'm just saying that I relate to you. So I just want to answer that. And then also from this question here, for the very first commenter here, it says, how can I learn machine learning in DNSSEC? And how to design a program for unique research. And this isn't related to the course, but so I'm not exactly sure how you would use machine learning in DNSSEC. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really looked into that. But the core, what I would say is to start. It looks like this is going to be some sort of research project. What I would recommend you do, this is kind of the standard type of question, is perform research. Understand what clearly are you trying to do? I understand you're saying machine learning in DNSSEC. I'm not exactly sure how you would do that in this particular case, but clearly define your goal. And from there, perform some initial research. And then from that initial research, you can go out and increment your process and your project process through small increments. So yeah, anyway, those are just the questions I would definitely want to answer there. So where am I from? I'm from the United States. I am a current cybersecurity student. And yes, what basics do we need to know to have? What basics do we need to have to learn before learning cybersecurity? So the knowledge that I would recommend that you look forward or look into is one area, and that is the IT fundamentals. Before you learn, security concepts, you got to understand the core of what cybersecurity, or sorry, not what cybersecurity is, what IT is. So that's what basics of hardware and software, basics of input output computing. What does that all that mean? That's kind of what I would recommend. And from there, you can then go into the basics of networking, because a lot of cybersecurity is based off of networking, unless you're looking into the software side of cyber, which then you're looking for more of a heavily more programming or computer science based curriculum. So that's what I would recommend you do before learning cybersecurity is the IT fundamentals and networking. So yeah. Do you think it is weird that an electrical computer engineer student can get a cybersecurity course or postgraduate? So no, so Ryu asks this. No, I definitely don't think so. I get a lot of comments about people who are in different majors and they're interested in cybersecurity. I definitely don't think that that's odd or weird. Just because you have a electrical or computer engineering degree, or you are currently one, doesn't mean that you can ever make the transition over to cybersecurity. So no, that's not weird at all. I mean, it's all about the learning process and exploring. Have I done any IT certifications? Yes, I have done the Security Plus, and I got that about a year and a half ago. It took about 90 days roughly for me to get that security certification. It was the SY0501. Let's see. Remy asks, how you doing? I'm doing well, doing well. How old am I? I am 20 years old. Let's see here. Hack the Box, such as sites or Hack the Box or such sites are really useful. Yeah, Hack the Box, try Hack Me. There's also a new one called Cybersec Labs that I looked into. They're all really good platforms. Try Hack Me and Hack the Box are more CTF based, which is definitely great if you're wanting to get into red team, blue team type pen testing. But I would look also into Cybersec Labs. They have some interesting products and labs that you can look into, and it's really cheap. So if you're looking to do that. So let's see here. Let's see. Why isn't it? Okay, let's see here. If I use, I'm sorry. I don't find any teaching cybersecurity. Right. So Karan asking, or doesn't ask, but is stating here something that I have really built this course off of. And that is schools aren't teaching cybersecurity in the right way, or, what they teach is outdated. Now, I'm not saying that every single cybersecurity degree, computer science, whatever, information system security degree, XYZ, is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not generalizing and saying that every single university degree in cybersecurity is a bad curriculum. But the majority of university curriculums have lacked in really one thing that I think is they're teaching outdated material. Their classes are outdated, and often they're very slow. And so, this is what I've built this course off of. I'll just give you a personal example right now. And again, nothing personal here. So right now I'm taking a cybersecurity class that is 4 hours. And this cybersecurity class is, I've calculated it's over $1,000, right now. And in this class, I have yet to have received one homework assignment, right? Every single homework, there's no homework assignment. So, I have yet to have learned one thing, and I'm paying $1,000+ for this. I mean, that's just it's crazy. And I understand, that there's something to be said about cybersecurity certification, but oftentimes you just see this disorganized and very outdated material, and often and it's very repetitive too. Every single class is talking about the same thing. I wish there's a little bit more collaboration on the professor's side of things. So, again, I'm not trying to bounce or say that there's something wrong with my degree, but yeah, it's just that's a common thing that a lot of students encounter. So you're not alone in that, and that's kind of what this course addresses for people who are looking to get into university, or who are currently in university, or for those who are just generally interested in cybersecurity. This is going to teach you the practical applications and give you the foundational elements, practical elements. We're not going to be talking about access control lists and talking about logic and putting down formulas. Not to say there's anything bad about that, but that's just not going to be relevant to most cybersecurity jobs. So what I do is, I give you the foundations of what I think is relevant within the industry at this time. And so if you are a cybersecurity student or you're looking to get into university, this could help you with your courses. Just help you at least use some of the content that is covered throughout that course, and be able to practically apply it. So that very very common thing that I would say that I see. So lamp stacks are cool. When will it be released for free? So let me just go ahead and answer this question too. Why am I not releasing this for free? There's so many resources out there that are for free. And, just take a look at YouTube crash courses. I recommend people look at that all the time. I mean, it's great. There's so much content out there for free. And the reason why I haven't released this for free is really two reasons. One, I've sunk in about 1,400 plus hours into this program. A lot of that was in the video editing process. For those of you who watch my YouTube videos, you can see that I do a lot of animation-based graphics, and those take a long time. I really want to deep dive into the concepts that work, or not the concepts, but I really want to show, the concept that works. And, like, for instance, I'll just take ARP cache poisoning. So in that, I built an entire animation-based learning, which allows you to show you like how it works, how ARP cache poisoning works. So that's really one reason, is that it took about 1,400 plus hours, and then two is ultimately, look, I'm not trying to make a huge profit off of this, but I have some really cool project ideas I want to continue to move forward with, and at this rate now, it's starting to get to the point where it's requiring a bit of capital in order for me to move forward with these project ideas. So I'm going to use this money to reinvest in what I'm doing, in the community, and I'm not looking to make a huge money profit off this or anything. It's a lot. It's becoming expensive to start. Or to continue some of the ideas that I want to do in regards to building the Cyber Academy community and venturing into some more projects. So that's why it's not free at this moment. Let's see here. Why not launch my course on Udemy? So Udemy there's nothing wrong with Udemy inherently, but personally, I kind of want to have a little bit more control over the course itself and the curriculum, and I think that Udemy often takes more of a precedence over that. They have more of a control over your course, so that's kind of why I've decided that I want to put it out on a different platform, is I want to have full control over the course, and that's probably that's really the primary reason why I haven't put it out on Udemy at this time. Let's see here. So Grant, convince us why your course, your YouTube material is good, but you've never worked in IT before. Why your course? Oh, I think I've answered that question now here. Let's see. Can I? Hi Grant, what cybersecurity sector are you planning to get into? So this is something that's actually been a struggle for me. So I'm entering my senior year of my cybersecurity degree, and I really don't know what area I want to get into, which is unfortunate. I think that I want to get into something that's more cybersecurity analyst based, something that's entry level that can expose me to a wide array of different tools, technologies, responsibilities. I haven't really necessarily gotten a clear kind of defined one position that sticks out to me. I think that that's probably where I'll end up, is an entry-level cybersecurity analyst. I think that can be a great position to start at. So that's ultimately probably where I'll end up. There hasn't been one. I thought by my senior year I would have an idea, but unfortunately right now I'm still in that kind of exploration phase of different professions and still learning myself. So someone else says they found my course in archive.org. Can I go download it? I mean, look, you're downloading copyrighted material. I'm not gonna tell you that you could go out, um, and not download it. But that, to me, I think I would never do that for anyone, never for any course instructor. They've put their heart and soul into a program like this, and so if you go out and download it for free, I think that kind of undermines the value of what you're paying for within the course. But that's just me. I think that you also are download. It's like it depends on where you're at, but that's illegal in the United States. Just go out and download copyrighted material. So, um, uh, let's see. Have you heard of Sheridan College InfoSec program? I have not heard of that before. No. Let's see. How did I get a cybersecurity internship? Not related, but it'd be great if you could add on to this one. So, there's really one thing that really let's see. Hold on here. Give me a moment. So sorry about that. Yeah, so in terms of the getting a cybersecurity internship, the one thing that I always stress for people is a portfolio. What are you doing outside of school? If you're in school right now, what are you doing? What projects are you contributing to? What's your portfolio look like? What are you working on? Right? Which project are you working on? What are you giving to the community? Those are huge things. Companies are looking for a portfolio. Look, a cybersecurity degree is great. That's part of the overall portfolio for sure. But or employers are looking for people who can go above and beyond. Who are able to show that they're hard workers, that they're go-getters. Spoon feeding the information through cybersecurity course can show you, to some extent, can show you how you learn. But I think that's the biggest thing that I would tell people. Build a portfolio. So that could be documenting your projects through a blog. That could be contributing to projects on GitHub. That could be, I know we're in a pandemic right now, but that could be going to your course or your local meetups, or going to B-sides, or it could be anything. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be anything outlandish. But I think that's really the biggest thing, is building a portfolio. And then also, in my experience, showing that you can communicate. I think that's a big one. It's definitely underappreciated when it comes to the internship space, depending on what type of internship you're applying to. But if you can show that you're a team worker, that you're a go-getter, and that you can communicate with other people, I think that's also a really big factor into the internship process. It just depends on the type of internship. Let's see. Let's see here. All right. I'm doing well, Isa. I'm doing well. Yeah, so if you purchase the package, how long do you have access to the entire course? You have lifetime access, and in fact, I'm going to be adding two more sections that I've already created, or I'm in the current process of creating. The first is a complete bash scripting, like shell scripting type section, and you'll get that, added, no bonus cost. And then I'm also going to be adding the solutions to all of the section projects that is covered throughout the document, so that you can, check your answers through that. So I'm going to be adding those two sections in the near future, and you have lifetime access to the course, and anything that's added to it in terms of added bonuses, added kind of mini courses, they're all going to be added on there, so that you have lifetime access to the course. So, hi, Grant. I'm trying to get into the cybersecurity industry. Is it possible? Let's see here. Is it possible to join the industry without a degree? Yeah, I definitely think it can be. It's very dependent on your situation. It depends on your background and what current or previous work experience do you have. The safe route is to go get your degree in something related to computer science, cybersecurity, information systems security, computer information systems, something like that. In my opinion, yeah, you could go ahead and look at really like an introductory course, such as, I'm not trying to be a self promo here. What you could do is you could take a look at, if you haven't really explored in cybersecurity yet, go take a look at, the concepts of my course or anything and go look them up. If you feel like, you're just, if you want to, I fully would recommend you do that, regardless of whether you want to take the program like this. I know I've combined 5 or 6 of my classes into this program, and so at least it will show you some of the kind of the concepts that are covered throughout a college. In terms of like the formal qualification, it's definitely a check mark by HR, and it's definitely going to set you apart if you don't have your degree. It's not to say that you can't get into cybersecurity. It oftentimes relies on who you know instead of, it's a combination of a lot of things, but you can get into cybersecurity without a degree. Yes. It's just going to take effort. And I think a big thing is being able to network with the local community around you, exposing yourself, getting your name out there. That's kind of like the general advice anyway. Let's see here. What did I think about the SY0501 book? Well, this is definitely something that I definitely agreed with. I think it's definitely. Oops, sorry. Hold on here. Oh, yeah. So SY0501. Yeah, it was good. It was a good book. It was from Daryl Gibson for sure. I definitely think it was good. Do you think it's more secure to hack, penetrate on Windows or Kali Linux? I mean, I guess it depends on the environment. I mean, I would think that, I mean, Kali is definitely a lot more easier. Like the barrier to entry is a lot more easier than like looking at a Windows type operating system. I would personally use Kali, but Windows is definitely an option if that's something that you prefer. Let's see. Have you tried Bug Bounty? No, I haven't tried Bug Bounty. I have not looked into that, in fact. Yeah. So let's see. Can I get a job in the CEH with this after CEH? So in my opinion, no, not really. This is more about. Well, yeah. Hold on, guys. Let's just see. This guy is really lagging out this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and hide user from channel. There we go. All right. So anyway, let's see here. Sorry, I'm going back up here. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Have you ever tried Bug Bounty? No, so I haven't tried Bug Bounty. Can I get no? So I would recommend that you go for the OSCP certification. Look, I don't have tons of experience with CEH versus OSCP, but based off of industry experience, I'm kind of repeating what other enthusiasts and professionals tell me. Go off of the OSCP, in my opinion. If you're looking to get the CEH, unless you're trying to get into like a government organization or your company is like wanting you to get that certification, I would fully recommend the OSCP because it's more hands-on practical, and the CEH is a lot less about that and more about, answering the right question to a multiple choice answer. Have you ever had experience with Splunk? A little bit. I've had a little bit of experience with Splunk. In fact, in the next couple of weeks, I'll be releasing a video on detailing my home lab with working with Splunk and how important do you think it is into cybersecurity. I think it can be a great talking point, like in an interview. Since Splunk gives that free option, I think that it's really nice to be able to go around and experience something like something with a SEM. A lot of enterprises use Splunk, so it's definitely something that I would look into. It's something that I'm doing myself, and because it's free, they have like that free community edition. It's really easy, to get up and running. Yeah. And let's see here. I'm just in college currently and did a Cisco's 2 free certifications in cybersecurity. Yeah, that's a good start to getting into cybersecurity. Cisco's 2 free certifications of cyber. I'm not exactly sure which cybersecurity certifications you're talking about. How much time do I recommend going over the course? So I would recommend it's 15 plus hours of content and more as I continue to add. My recommendation is dedicating anywhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour a day. And just seeing how that goes. That's the easiest way for me to retain information is not to digest it in a 15-hour time period and literally go through everything. So yeah, I would recommend a 15. I would recommend probably about an hour a day. So maybe based off of that, it just depends. That's what I recommend. Let's see. Is this guy? Is this guy who's still in college and has no extra? Yep, that's right. I am still in college, and I do have experience. I can't say that I have a ton of experience, but if that's definitely something I'm honest about. I'm not gonna try to go out there and tell you I have tons of experience. This channel is more about just documenting my learning process, and yeah. $40 is a bit steep for the basic course. No, yeah. So $40. It is definitely that's out there. The course content itself has combined, and I'm not trying to frame this against anything, but I'll just give you an example here of why $40 here. So my course content, my current courses, I combine about five different classes, and this is over $2,000 worth of my current cybersecurity classes for $40. Now, of course, it doesn't hold the same value as a formal degree. And I'm not comparing it to that. But what I will say is that this course is covering more relevant content. And the biggest thing is that it's, you can actually go out and apply this to real world projects, building an Active Directory lab, or working with hands-on Linux projects. So I understand the entire kind of why charge for this course, but I just go back to the example I previously had talked about, where I'm paying over $1,400 for over $1,000 combined, over $2,000 for both of my cybersecurity courses, and I have yet to have really learned anything, and we're learning about access control, propositional logic, and going over formulas. And it's just like that's in the course is called Information Security in Sysadmin. So I think that like in my interpretation, that's like learning about maybe server maintenance and talking about whatever. That could be a different thing. More so about the network more than anything. Network, how networks, the networking equipment, how to secure networking equipment, how to provision. No, it's been about access control logic. So that's just a perfect example of what I'm currently experiencing. And I'm paying $2,000 for this. That's a lot of money, and I've learned little. And I'm not saying that there isn't value in that. I'm just letting you know that, there is so many cybersecurity resources out there, and especially college, which is just so expensive. And oftentimes, a lot of students like myself have not really learned a ton. Will I be updating the course on this in the future? Of course, yes. Did you see what I just did there? No, sounds bad. I will be updating the course. And will that be for free? Yes, it will be for free. Who are currently members enrolled in this course? I'm currently learning C at my university. I was wondering what programming you teach in the course. I teach Python. It's a very good introductory-based type approach, or introductory type-based approach for learning programming, and it's a good introduction programming language, Python. Have you ever tried helping your school out with IT desk or anything? I'm looking to ask my community college if they have any jobs or just yeah, that's perfect. I would definitely recommend looking into community college, or small businesses, seeing if they need help. I have personally not had the opportunity to work at the IT desk at my college. I should say is I have had the opportunity, but I haven't taken the opportunity. I've decided to kind of allocate that time more towards self-study or club-based activities. So what are my qualifications? Again, I'm not going to go out and say that I have 15 plus years experience. I'm Security Plus certified. I've had 3+ years now in college, and ultimately it's what I've learned. I've had two internships, and this is what I've learned throughout the last process within this course. Let's see here. Dell XPS or MacBook Pro in cybersecurity. I would recommend either one. I would not choose the MacBook Pro just because I'm not a Mac user. So I would probably choose the Dell XPS 15. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. My lounge is going. Okay. Let's see. Whew. Lots of, let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. My goodness. Alrighty. Do you see any progress involvement of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity? I mean, I want to work with AI tools, but let's see, tools in cybersecurity, my own tools. So I think artificial intelligence is definitely going to prove or have more of a factor like moving forward. Not right now necessarily. I think it's at the beginning stages. I think maybe in 10 years we're going to see more of artificial intelligence used for cybersecurity. I think that, if you're worried about getting into cybersecurity because artificial intelligence is going to, take over, I wouldn't think that that's, a fear that I would have. I would definitely not use that as an excuse to get into this industry. It's in dire need. Of course, I'm sure you've heard of the big skills shortage gap. So let's see here. So I've just passed EGPT. What would you suggest me to do next? I mean, I would recommend looking maybe into the OSCP. I think that could be a good idea. Congratulations, first off, on passing. That's awesome. And yeah, I would recommend looking into the OSCP. Yeah, that's what I would recommend doing. Hey, Grant, do you recommend CCNA for CS? What is your future plans for the Discord server? Sometimes I think it's bleeding to death. Oh, yeah, the Discord server. So, yeah, my opinion on CCNA for CS, yeah, I think that's a good idea. CCNA is a good certification. I think that it covers some of the fundamentals of like networking, and I think that really can be beneficial for you when you transition into cybersecurity. Yeah. Let's see. I appreciate the support, Isa. I hope that you really, you get a lot of benefit from this course ultimately. So, am I working towards any other certs or? Oh, okay, hold on here. Let me answer this question first. Who are you that you want to sell a $40 course? Do you have a BSc, MSc, or even PhD topic? Because to me, it seems like you're just a college student who learned this stuff on the internet. Well, that's exactly, I would say that's exactly right in a way. I'm getting my bachelor's of science in cybersecurity. And who am I to say that I can go out and produce a cybersecurity course? Of course. I mean, I definitely agree with that. But go enroll in a bachelor's of science or a master's degree. Of course, there's going to be something to be said about that. But I mean, the professors who are teaching my class right now have PhDs, and I'm not trying to rag on them. There's awesome things that they've been able to do, I'm sure. But go look at them. They aren't really teaching anything. And so, yeah, you're right. Exactly. I am a college student, and I've learned this stuff on the internet, and I've compiled a fantastic resource of not only what I have learned, but also what the classes have taught me in a more practical fashion, more so. So, yeah, I am just a college student. I'm dead honest. This is what I do. I mean, I've just documented my learning journey. I'm not going to say that I have XYZ or XYZ experience. Am I working towards anything else, any other certs? Yeah, I'm working. I don't know yet. I may look into the OSCP next year and do that. I'm not exactly sure. I think that could be a good stepping point for me. Let's see. Your best bet is to look around the schools. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Yes. Okay, so Zena asked, can you start self-studying in cybersecurity? Of course. Yes. Go out there, use free resources, use anything. You can totally start a learning journey. And I kind of show that. Again, I'm not trying to, pivot back to the course, but I do show that within the course. At the very end, I kind of give you my process of how I self-study and give you some documents which can help you organize your learning path moving forward. But yeah, yes, that's definitely something that you can do. Let's see here. What year of college am I into? Let's see here. What year? Hold up here. Man, these. I'm going into my senior year of college. Yeah. Let's see here. It depends on the InfoSec. Does it help to learn web dev for pen testing? Yeah, I think if you want to get into like web application pen testing, that can be a good idea, for sure. I want to ask if you could help me with Parental block in school. I can't help you with that. I'm sorry. I can't help you with the parental block. Man, lots of questions here. Oh yes, the Dibu virus. Oh, that's coming back. Oh, I have some. So I've launched this course, and moving forward, I am excited. I have some really fun virus projects coming out with Dibu. If you guys haven't seen it, go look at my Fiverr video I did with the Dibu virus. That's going to be a good video. So let's see. Why now the course cost $39. It was $139 a couple days ago. So yeah, I listened to my audience. Look, honestly, I'm not trying to stretch you of money. I've listened to you guys in the audience, and a lot of you had the barrier of entry of pricing. I've never done this before. In fact, I was getting mentored throughout this entire process of creating this program, and the set price of this mentor told me to do something around the 197 mark. And I just have no idea what type of pricing model looked good for a channel like mine. So that is why I've lowered it. I've listened to the people. I'm not trying to stretch you of profit. For the people who did buy it at 197, I've refunded the difference because I definitely don't want to be someone who's scamming people, for instance. And so that's why I've listened to people, and I really truly do just want to help you get into cybersecurity. Let's see here. Does it help to learn? Okay. Oh, man. So it keeps, refreshing here. Yeah, I know. The hate. Look, I'll address the hate real quick. People are always going to hate me. Who am I to say that I can build a cybersecurity course and XYZ, right? I understand that. I get the people who are coming in and saying, you don't have a PhD. You don't have the certification. You don't have 15 plus years experience. Yeah, I don't have those certifications. I don't have that, but I know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly the questions you're asking because I'm going through it myself. And look, go to a certification program or I'm sorry, a degree program, and spend thousands of dollars on something that you basically get a qualification or degree. So people are always going to hate me, and I'm fine with that. The best thing that I can do is wish them the best. And I do. I legitimately wish them the best. I don't really care, if they hate me. I'm just trying to document my learning process as a cybersecurity student and show you guys my learning process, maybe help a few people along the way, and keep moving forward. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Let's see here. When it comes down to making courses, where you come from doesn't matter. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It really comes down, when it comes to making courses, it comes down to the viewpoint. The viewpoint I'm trying to show you here is I am relating to your experiences as a cybersecurity student because I know exactly what you're feeling about being overwhelmed. I am teaching you the foundations of IT and cybersecurity within this course so that you can go out and take the knowledge and launch into your own learning journey with new resources. And, the ultimate thing is I'm trying to show you my practice strategy, how I practice. There's lots of platforms out there and content, and that's what I do. Is your course easy to understand and follow? It is. It goes very baseline. It's very basic, entry level. The first couple sections are anyway, and I walk you through the process. We get up and running with a little virtual lab, and it's slow enough where you can go in with zero experience and leave with some knowledge, have an idea of a clear direction, as well as a basic knowledge of navigating the Linux terminal or shell and Python programming and creating your own virtual labs. Let's see here. Let's see. Do you think? I know people sort of. Yeah, exactly. Hands-on experience is the biggest thing that the industry is looking for. So you can go out and get certifications, degrees, do this and that, but ultimately it's going to come down to a lot of it's based off experience. Also, whoever says you don't have X needs to get out of that mindset. Okay. I don't have a credit card for payment. Well, again, if you can't afford the course, please don't, go out and stretch limits to try to, get the course and buy it. My suggestion to you at that point is to go look at the course curriculum, which you can find on the sales page, and go look at the course curriculum, and on that course curriculum, you can go look up the concepts based off of the video titles. And also, there is on my website, there's a project ideas page you can also look at. So that's a good little resource you could look into. Had a position as an Apple. Yeah, I had a position as well. Congrats on getting that. That's awesome. I had a position as well this summer that didn't go as according to plan, so it's unfortunate. Any advice? Let's hope for a better 2021. That's the advice that I would recommend. I don't know. I would say that hopefully that in 2021 there's going to be new internship opportunities moving forward. Let's see. David, yeah, again, I appreciate the comment. Yeah, so hold on here. How old am I? I'm 20 years old. Is a sale price or is it regular price? So I really truly do believe that this course is probably worth $200 or $300. But again, I've sunk in so much of my time, and it's combined again, and I keep repeating the same thing, but it's combined 5 or 6 classes, which is about 5,000, or it's combined. Yeah, it's combined 5 or 6 classes in total, which is calculated to about $4,500 worth of classes, of university classes. And I'm not saying that this is going to replace a college degree. But what I'm saying is, this I do think it really is worth the money of maybe $200-$300. But I want to give you that access. I want to help you. So this is the sale price. This is the launch price, and I've decided to cut this price because I want to help people. Ultimately, I'm not trying to stretch people for their money. So I'm giving you this coupon here. This is for the launch week, and it is excitement for the course. Can I use Mac for the course? Yes, you can use Mac. And yeah, cybersecurity can be full of toxic people. I totally agree, by the way. This is a conception I actually kind of talk about in the course. They think they're the ultimate hacker. So I address this head on within the course. A lot of people have this misconception, and I'm not saying that this isn't necessarily wrong. It just doesn't complete an entire or complete picture of the cybersecurity industry. And what I mean by that is a lot of people think cybersecurity is red team. It's hacking. It's all about hacking. It's all about hacking. And look, it can be, depending on the position you're in. And I know it's a very trendy type thing, but there is so much more to cybersecurity that you don't see, I think, a lot of times. And that's kind of what this course also addresses. It gives you a holistic overview of cybersecurity. I kind of go over the different types of domains in cyber. I do. I go over the different types of domains, and we go into detail about each of those domains. So, for instance, we go into risk assessment, security architecture, security operations. We go into governance, risk, and compliance. And I don't teach you how to address or how to do a risk assessment, but I detail the portions of cybersecurity which aren't covered throughout a lot of YouTube channels or content out there. A lot of people go in thinking they're going to be a hacker, and that's something I thought I was going to go in doing, and I realized, oh my gosh, there's just so many options in cybersecurity alone. Yeah. Let's see. For the guys saying this, I have to say to you, start studying this $40 course and next move on to $1,000. Yeah, I'd say, it's all about the process. I think that it's all about getting into the process. If you look at college, it's definitely so much more. And again, I'm not saying that this has the formal qualification of a college degree, but it's definitely covered within 5 or 6 classes, consolidated 5 or 6 classes. Purchase. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. As someone who works as a professional red teamer, I would look at this at Grant. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying there. Okay, hold on here. I would say look at this at Grant. Okay. Why are people complaining about a $40 course? You don't have to buy it. I think it's over. Yeah, so of course, there's plenty of free resources out there. In fact, if you go on to here, I'll go ahead and show you. If you go on down here, okay, if you go down here, all the way down, you will see, what if I can't afford this here? And you're going to take a peek at the course curriculum. So you can take a look at here, and this is going to get you to here, and I keep saying it, but look, you can go in and literally look up all of these concepts out on the internet and develop a complete notes document if you want. This is a perfect starting point for even those, for those, look up input output, and you can do that. Now, of course, in my course, I'm going to give you the explanation, the detailed explanation, but I'll, go out and do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Or you can go out and look at the project ideas page, and there's a lot more projects within the projects document. But here you can go in and look at different types of introductory projects. So let's say you want to go into Linux projects for cybersecurity, right? You can go here, and there's not too many yet. There's going to be more. And let's say we want to build a backup server in Linux. You can go here, click on the project idea, and on this project idea, it gives you an overview, some starting resources, some project recommendations, and a beginner level. And then you can just, continue to move forward. So, there's definitely options, for those of you who aren't out there and can't afford it. I'm not trying to stretch you for your money. But anyway, there was something I wanted to really take a look at real quick. And this is this right here. And it is the projects list document. So this is the core document to the cybersecurity course. These are the section projects, which are going to show you how to practically apply your knowledge, right? So for instance, I give you the topologies for each of the sections within the section projects, and we go into the project ideas within the project documents. So for instance, if you take a look at this, I will, here, let me just go and do this real quick. So, for instance, for the IT fundamentals project, what I do is I give you a description of what you're going to go do, and then you go do it. And I give you a step-by-step process, a document, and then you go out and create each of these projects. And in that way, not only are you having a detailed description of what you're doing, but then you're also moving forward with clarity, and you're working on the research element or component of your project. Alrighty. Let's see, looking at... Yeah, so this course is for people who are complete beginners. No previous knowledge is required. So you can go out and complete this course with no previous IT, programming, Linux, nothing. It is a complete beginner's course. Well, I need Windows 10 for this course. No, you will not need one. Well, okay. Well, I need Windows 10 Pro for this course. So I recommend we are actually going to go out and download the Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation, which you have a 90-day trial period that's provided on Microsoft Evaluation Center. So for the VMs anyway, for the virtual labs, so you won't need to worry about that. But you can do it with Mac, Windows 10, or you can also do it with Linux if you are in that. Can I be good at coding if I'm not great with physics or math? Definitely not physics for sure. I definitely think you can be good with coding. It depends on what type of coding you're doing. If you're doing like hands-on type scripting, yeah, I would say it's not really that big of a deal to have a great understanding of math. But if you're like looking into the security, security side of like security engineering or software development or software engineering, I think that's something that you probably would need to be more math heavy or math focused. Okay, protected. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, so 30 days, 60. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this, I don't know why this is messed up here. It's a 60-day back money guarantee. It's on a 30-day back money guarantee. I don't know what's going on there. So I need to change that, but it is a 60-day back money guarantee. Let's see. Yep, I will keep this up for tomorrow for you, for those of you who want to watch this. Yeah, so this is for a baseline cybersecurity course. Would this be too basic for someone? Yeah, I would say it's too basic for someone who has the CYSA Plus and Security Plus cert. A lot of it is definitely in the the basis of those two curriculums. So, I mean, if you want to, I'm going to create a bundle where you can look at getting the Linux and programming sections, and if that's just something you want to do. But I would say it's a little bit too basic for those who have started and who have already gotten the CSYA or Security Plus. There isn't subtitles in the course right now. Let's see. Can I wear a Mr. Robot mask? Oh yeah, I should. Well, I should. At first, I need to get one of those. Did you code your website? No, I actually didn't code the website myself. I know. I'm just using WordPress, the content management system. It's a very popular one. It's definitely, it's very easy, and as long as you lock down your website the right way, it is much easier than trying to maintain a website that you create yourself. Although that would be a good learning opportunity, I would say that. Let's see. Do you think after this course we are able to get freelance positions? No, I would say that this is an introductory course to help you get started in cybersecurity. It's not going to guarantee you a position in cybersecurity. It's more about launching into your own learning journey with more clarity and direction. Yeah, so this is just a one-time cost. This is not a monthly subscription-based course. And again, everything that we have within this course, once it is added on free. So you don't have to worry about, getting onto the course and, trying to be someone who gets upmarked again for another $15. You have to get access to this. And so once you buy it, it's out there, and I'm going to continue to add more content to it. Lifetime access, yeah. So man, I'm almost so close to actually addressing the live chats here. Let's see here. How long do you think it will take to finish the course? So it's 15 plus hours of content, and I recommended it earlier in the stream. About an hour a day is what I'd recommend. Am I going to move on to more advanced courses? Yes, I will move on to more advanced courses. This is just a beginning course. Right now, I definitely do want to move on to more advanced courses, but before I do that, I think that it was important for me to create an introductory course, and from that, I can use that as a base to work off of. I would totally agree with David here. Yeah, so in terms of, this course is made for students who are getting into cybersecurity, who are interested in cybersecurity, and maybe who are already in the university curriculum and they're looking to practically apply their knowledge. This is what this course is for. It's not for people who already have gotten into the industry. That's definitely not the intended audience for this course. I'm doing good, Bruno. I hope you are as well. I hope you are doing good as well. This type of course I would have done in my early days to see what I enjoy learning more of. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely, it exposes you to a wide spectrum of people. What's my next certification? When do I think I'll release the bundle for Linux and programming? That will probably be next week that I'll release that. I'll probably get an announcement off and just say, hey, it's gonna release with different bundles. What's my next certification? I think I'm gonna do probably the OSCP, but I don't necessarily know if that's gonna be it right now. What sort of math did I did? I did pre-calc. I did statistics, and I think that's it. We didn't have to go into calculus. Let's see. I think that is what I had to do for my... Oh, and I had to do mathematical cryptography. Whew. That is a tough one. That was a tough class. And I'm doing discrete math. And we did have to do, yeah, it's definitely, it depends on the curriculum. A lot of curriculums can be, math heavy. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. Will you update the course in the future? Yes. If you want to learn some stuff. Okay, let's see. What's going on with Colin Kelly? Oh, I don't know. I think he's doing well. We chat every now and then. He's doing well. He's working away. He's definitely really awesome at what he's been able to do so far within his career. So for sure. How many hours a day do I study? I study roughly about an hour or two a day of self-study. It's probably going to pick up more as I enter into the winter time. Let's see here. How much will the course bundle be? It's going to be $40 right now for a limited time. So right now it's $40 for the rest of the week, and then after that it's going to go up. Let's see. When do I graduate? I graduate in December of 2021. Let's see. Am I working in the cybersecurity field, or have I? I have. Well, am I working in the cybersecurity currently? No. Have I? I've had, basically I've had a couple of internships, but that's basically all the real world experience I've referenced off of. I can reference off of. Yeah. Yeah, so there definitely is cybersecurity careers that don't require math. I would say that the biggest one would be probably um, most of them actually don't require math. If you're wanting to get into math, it's probably going to be more like the crypto. If you want to be a cryptographer, or if you want to be someone who's interested in like yeah, cryptography is a huge one. Or yeah, let's see. What would you say is your favorite part of cybersecurity? Um, my favorite part of cybersecurity right now is just how much of a learning opportunity it presents. There's just like something you can learn every day. Like, I don't know, it's not stagnant. It's not like once you learn something, you can go out and learn something new. So for instance, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to continue my home lab project on the channel, but I'm also going to be looking into some other topics, looking into containers, looking into APIs, and just different types of other areas in cybersecurity. And I think that it presents that learning opportunity. And would I want to be red team, blue team, or purple? Probably more so on the blue team side of things. Screen, yeah, yeah. Not a far of. Let's see. I have the security, but I'm trying to get practical experience in the industry. Do you think this could be a good? So yeah, this great. That's awesome that you have the Security Plus. Congratulations on that. Um, it's definitely, I would say, an introductory cert. Do you think this could help? I think it's going to help you gain clarity in understanding how to get practical experience, how to create your own practical experience. So that means going out and building a home lab. And you can go out and find that for free if you want to. But this is just going to be a more structured content. In fact, I'm going to be doing another course bundle for those who are just interested in the programming or not the programming, but the course projects in of itself. So if you are interested in the course projects, I'm going to be doing another bundle, which will come out next week. So you don't have to go throughout the entire content. Let's see. Let's see here. Why haven't you made video about right internships? Uh, well, I did make a couple videos back when I was just first starting about internships, but I haven't made a lot. I probably I will make more before I leave university. I'll make a couple more, but yeah. Yeah. Is your goal to become a top tier cybersecurity? I don't know. That's a good question. I think that my goal is to get into the industry for the first couple of years and then assess where I'm at. Um, I definitely think that I'm more of building a business rather than becoming a top tier professional. But I think that before I do something like that, it's good to get into the industry. There's nothing to be said about just industry experience, and to reference off of that first. I teach Python within the course. Can I be good enough to? Will you be good enough to create a project? You have teach. I have to study deeper language. It will be good enough to create small scale projects. Nothing huge, but it's more about scripting in cybersecurity with Python. Yeah. Let's see. As a cybersec, what are you gonna really do? Like, what are your general tasks? So it just depends on your position in cyber. I mean, it really does, and like it depends. Like, if you're gonna be in the red team side, blue team side, like being a pen tester, if you're gonna be in the GRC, risk assessment, security architecture, incident response, forensics, are you gonna be in a SOC environment? I don't know. It's just such a general question. It just really depends. Um, Maybe if you ask a different kind of like position that you're looking into, I can kind of highlight some of the overall responsibilities that I've seen that you would have. It's more of an introductory Python too. So yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Thank you for answering. What is the best free resource starting with networks? Go to Cisco Netacad. That is huge. Like if you can go into Cisco Netacad, it's a great resource. So just look up Cisco Netacad, create an account, and you can use Packet Tracer. And there's so many different courses out there. That's the best thing I would recommend for the beginning. With the OSCP, let's see here. So the reason why like I would be going into the OSCP, in my opinion, is I think that it would teach me, it would give me more of a hands-on, like I'm looking not so much for a Security Plus type certification. I'm looking for something that's more hands-on, moving forward. And I think the OSCP could do that. So do I think it could help in Blue Team? I mean, I think that it's more of a pen testing type certification. So I do think that it could help you with both a red team and blue team perspective. Maybe ask someone who has a little bit more experience with the OSCP. Where do I practice and learn programming? I use, honestly, there really isn't one resource I use. I honestly just come up with a project idea and just do it. And like I just go out and Stack Overflow and just try figuring it out on my own with the iterative process of running the code, seeing if it works. If it doesn't, trying something new. So that's what I try doing. The Code Academy is a good resource to get started in programming. That's one for general practice. And I'm trying to think of, yeah, that's probably a good one. How often do you self-OSINT research? So I don't do a ton of research. I do a lot of like looking at social media, cybersecurity news feeds, and I also do podcasts. I listen to several podcasts for open, just listening to the security news. That's what I do. Will this be kept in the channel after it ends? Yes. So you can go back and play at it. Let's see here. Is the MacBook Pro enough? Yeah, so I would recommend 4 gigabytes of RAM at the minimum. But besides from that, you are good with that, or 4 gigabytes of RAM and 20 gigabytes of storage at least. That's what I would recommend. Yes, Security Now is a great podcast. That's the podcast I listen to. Let's see here. Some technical videos are confusing. How will this help you? So this course is going to be more so introducing, it's going to start from a very beginner's perspective. So it's going to assume that like how to get on the internet, or how to do basic tasks like, obviously opening up a program. Like it's not that, but it's going to assume that you're at that position. It's going to assume that you have no prior or previous experienced knowledge in cybersecurity. And IT in general. And so that's where, I come in with the presentation style of the video with more, yeah. So that it's more, you don't have to have any previous experience. CISSP so no, CISSP is definitely, in my opinion, not entry level, but someone who has experience would probably be able to answer that probably a little bit better. So. Let's see here. I'm looking for security analysts. Okay, so for like a security analyst type job, right? So security analyst, like security type specialty. You're going to be doing in a wide array of things. You could be looking into. So for like an introductory cybersecurity like analyst, you're going to be doing a couple of tasks depending on like the type of analyst. But the biggest thing that I would say is really like you're going to be looking at networking. So you're going to be needing to adjust or have expertise in a diverse amount of systems. So that can help you like understanding the functions of networks, how they work, the different types of the networking equipment, and yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is you're gonna have to probably understand a lot of like scripting. So developing computer scripts like in Python. This is gonna help you kind of automate different processes. So it's something that I give you in the course. And then assessing and using different operating systems. That's going to include having familiarity with Linux, and yeah. So those are some of the things that you would need to do. You could also look into yeah. I guess that those are just general, very broad hard skills that you would need to look into as a cybersecurity analyst. Let's see here. Let's see. Hold on here. Going back to the questions. Let's see. I want to learn more about cybersecurity, but I don't want to go into it as a profession. Is this course still intended like for me? Yes yes and no. I would say this is probably more of a course trying to help you get started as a cybersecurity specialist or getting into cybersecurity. So I would say that this course is more so about that than it is about like general security awareness. If you're looking for that, go out on the internet or go on Udemy. There's courses out there that can teach you that type of content. Let's see here. PhD in cybersecurity, is it worth it? Yeah, no, I wouldn't. It depends on where you want to go. If you're like looking to get into the academic side of the industry, like being a professor, then yes, I would say so. But as a like getting into the profession, no, I wouldn't say it's worth it. Again, unless you're like your company is looking to get your master's slash PhD. Um, How can I confirm that I have an interest in cybersecurity? So, I think through self-study is going to be a big one. I also have like a little tiny. It's not going to give you you can go look at the quiz. There's a little quiz out on my website, cyberacademy.org/quiz, and in this quiz, you can just get a little bit more information about the skills, both hard and soft skills, general hard and soft skills that you can that would be required of a cybersecurity professional in any profession. It can kind of show you if cybersecurity is right for you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to take that as your 100% answer there. I would just say through self-study, honestly, going out and going and buying or looking into different introductory cybersecurity courses. This could be something that would help you confirm that you are interested in cyber. It would be better to do that than like go out and pay $1,000+ for 5 or 6 college classes at this time. Yeah, I know. James, I appreciate the comment here in terms of I definitely I definitely need to optimize the page here. It's slow. I definitely will be adjusting it in the future. I don't know what has happened, but yeah. Let's see. Do I have any Hack5 devices? I have the goodness, Pineapple. I have, and I also have the. Well, I also gave the Rubber Ducky to a close friend, so we played around with that for a little while. Let's see. I have a bachelor's in computer applications, and you've been doing it for 5 months. I want to get into cybersecurity and looking to get an analyst position. Do I have a route that I would suggest? Yeah, so I'd say that you definitely have the right route going in with the CCNA, and you have knowledge of Python. I think that's great foundation right there. I mean, I think that ultimately it's going to come down to who you know. So what you can maybe try doing in that type position is where you're working at right now. Is there anyone who you could maybe connect with who's in a security position? That would probably definitely be something that I would look into because you do have the CCNA and Python. And just to kind of address this question here, there isn't one route that's going to get you into cybersecurity. My route is going to be different from your route, and your route is going to be different from your peer's route. Everyone's route is a little different, and that doesn't mean that there can be some general qualifications like a CCNA, OSCP, but it is the holistic portfolio which is going to get you a cybersecurity job, and that means that having a demonstration of your hard skills as well as your soft skills is equally important, and that's a big component in the industry, is that it's the holistic perspective or holistic approach that you have towards it. So it's not going to be like, well, I can get this certification and then I'm guaranteed a job. It isn't. Unfortunately, it isn't like that. It isn't like that with a college degree. It isn't like that with certification. It's about how you present yourself as well. And I talk about that in the course a little bit at the very end about skills of successful cybersecurity professionals, at least what I have witnessed, and then the skills of successful cybersecurity students, which have helped me land those internships and those opportunities. Those are the skills that I showed throughout my interview process, which helped me, and I think that that's really ultimately showing a more holistic portfolio, showing that you can communicate with people. And then, that's the thing to focus on, and then just connecting with people is huge. And that's just general advice I'm giving. From where did I learn cybersecurity? I did self-learning, and I'm also a university student. I have my Security Plus certification, so a little bit of all three. Now it's heavily self-study based that I've been working on. Let's see. I have not gotten interested in social engineering. I don't know if I would be very good at that type of doing that type of thing. I don't know. I think it would have to be like with practice that I could get into social engineering. Which operating system do I like most? So I like for development purposes, I'm definitely into Linux now. For everyday use, especially because I am at a university who uses Windows for everything, I'm still on a Windows-based operating system for my academics. So that means that oftentimes I'm using Windows, but for Linux or for development purposes, when I'm developing different types of projects, I'm definitely using Linux at that point. It's just much easier. But people will. Oh man, I remember a year and a half ago when I was just first starting on this YouTube. Man, I would get roasted on using Windows, and people would think that that's like all cybersecurity is about. And you can differentiate the noobs from the ones who know what they're talking about if their entire argument is you're not in cybersecurity because you use Windows. That in my opinion is or like why am I not using Kali Linux as my daily operating system? Well, unless I'm an offensive cybersecurity red teamer, why do I need to use Kali Linux? I would rather use just a distribution of Linux like Ubuntu or Debian. Or if I'm just, if I have a Windows-based operating system because I'm in my academics, it makes much more sense. So, that's why I do it. That was such a big one. Let's see. I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments here. How did I discover that I was interested in cybersecurity? Just self-study, ultimately. It was that Google search away. I know I took a course on Cybrary years ago when they were first starting out, and I was like, I kind of like this. And from there, I just started venturing in. It was one Google search away. I think that's a big one. But let's see. How do I keep myself updated to the latest cybersecurity and crypto news research papers? So there's one called one that I've looked at in the past. It's on the, let's see here, Sam. It's, I think, yes. So it's called the Reading Room at sans.org, and they give you kind of like all types of white papers, like an archive of white papers updated daily. And so you can go look through that. That's what I've read through. You can go into it and look at the different types of white papers. I don't know. Let's see. There is like a free reading room. I know that there is. But I'm not exactly sure. But I'll look into that. I know SANS is very costly, but I think that they offer like a free reading room that you can go. Yeah, free resources. Yeah, here we go. White Papers 2020. Yeah, it looks like you just have to create a SANS account at this point. So that's what I'd recommend you look into. Darknet Diaries podcast. You're on. I have looked into Darknet Diaries. They're long podcasts, so I haven't listened to a lot of them. I'm more on I listen to Daniel and Missler's podcast, and I also listen to Security Now. That's a big one for me. I listen to that one every week. Let's see, is there anyone? I also listen. Let's see here. I've listened to the Cyberwire. I listened to that, and those are the three. Those are the core three I listen to. Also, I've listened to, goodness, what is it called? I used to listen to this all the time. Let's see here. My goodness. It was called, it was by Graham Cluley. Let's see. Goodness, I can't believe I'm not even thinking about this. Here we go. Graham Cluley. Let's see here. Podcast. Smashing Security. Yeah, I've listened to that one too. That was a big one I used to listen to. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that really, I know I've been going through the chat here, answering questions or any types of questions, regarding the course. Again, I just talk about how it's more about introducing the foundations of IT, networking, and cybersecurity, as well as adding in some technical elements of programming in Linux. And that's what I'm going through in terms of the curriculum itself. And we're going to build 3 capstone projects within the course. So that's ultimately what the course is about. And I hope that this helps throughout the process, and that you can look into it if you're interested in the course. It's combined a ton of different resources together, and that's really ultimately what it's about. So I think that that if there's any other questions, or if there's any other things that you guys have, I'd be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. But if not, this week, I'm offering this $40 coupon, and from there it's going to continue to rise after this week. So if you're interested in getting the cybersecurity course, I want to provide that opportunity for the people who are interested in the cybersecurity course. I want to provide that opportunity to get in. So if you are interested in getting in for a cheaper price, this would be the week to do it. Let's see, going into my master's, majoring in cybersecurity, how are the job opportunities after majoring in the subject? So with the pandemic going on, it's most certainly definitely hindered the hiring process of cybersecurity positions. It's not to say that you can't go out and get one, but it's definitely gone on to most certainly So sorry, there's my roommates are making noise, but anyway, sorry. So the job opportunities out there are good, but they also are very much so hindered right now. I think that as we enter in 2021, we're gonna have more opportunities open up again, hopefully. Let's see here. What kinds of programs do I use? Well, like daily programs, like from a daily perspective, I just use Microsoft or Mozilla Firefox. I use the Microsoft Word and Google Docs suite. From like a cyber perspective, I mean, it's not a program, I guess, but I use Linux, and I'm often as just like It depends on the project that I'm doing. But yeah, it just depends on the project I'm doing, honestly. But those are the daily ones. Let's see here. What is the difference between cybersecurity and ethical hacking? So ethical hacking, in my opinion, goes into cybersecurity. So like what I mean by that is ethical hacking is a part of cybersecurity, but it doesn't paint the entire picture of cybersecurity. So the difference is cybersecurity. Ethical hacking is about offensively testing the security controls and systems that are inside or outside the corporate network, right? Oftentimes, it depends on when I'm talking about it from a corporate perspective. Ethical hacking is like about that. Of course, you have like bug bounties and individual type hackers, but from the corporate perspective, you're testing those security controls. Cybersecurity is more about implementing, the core of cybersecurity, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability, as well as adding authentication and non-repudiation into your environments. And so that can be in a lot of different things, but ultimately it comes down to that. And I think that's the major difference, is that ethical hacking feeds into cybersecurity, but it is a proportion or component of cyber. Let's see here. Would you recommend a complete cybersecurity course on Udemy to venture whether or not you're interested in general? So yeah, I would recommend go ahead and entering into cybersecurity course on Udemy to venture. Yeah, either course is any course is good for you to get started. Yeah. Let's see. What should the knowledge suggest for someone with a little bit JS when learned to increase your knowledge and chance of hiring? I'm not exactly sure what you knowledge. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. If you know a little bit of JS, JavaScript, I'm not exactly sure what you would. I guess you need to get a little bit more context in what you have learned, besides just a little bit of JavaScript. How do you manage your time in your university, and what's your advice for someone who's entering, who fails first year computer science? So the way I manage my time is scheduling, just out my days, and so that means segmenting my time into different day segments, or time segments. So allocate the X amount of time towards doing, so like an hour of my time doing self-study. And then for advice for someone who's failing first year computer science, keep going. Ultimately, I think that it comes down to your work ethic. And if you really are interested in computer science, you will get through the curriculum. It comes down to your work ethic and your attitude towards it all. And if you literally put everything you've gotten into your courses and you're still failing, maybe that's a sign to switch. But oftentimes, a lot of people are failing because they just, they're not putting in the work. Let's see here. Am I a white hat hacker? I would like to think yes, I'm a white hat. I definitely am putting myself out on the internet. So if I was a black hat, man, I would have to be putting on some sort of facade for sure. What's your view on eLearn security courses? I think they're a good starter point. I think a lot of people like to compare it to, like, I don't know. It depends on who you're asking. I think it's a good starting point if you're looking to get into the offensive side of cyber. I know that like they just recently increased their prices or the pricing model. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that ultimately it can be a good introductory type start into pen testing, but I don't think it compares to something like the OSCP. Yeah, I think that's a good option to get into the US or to get into university in England. I think that's a great idea. Is the cybersecurity course complete certificate good for hiring? Completion certificate. Yeah, a completion certificate. Yes, it can show that you've come. It depends on what type of course. Like let's just say you completed the OSCP course. Like there's a course that involved. Yes, I think that could be a good. But if it's just like a random Udemy course, I mean maybe, probably not. I think that's more about just like trying to provide credibility, um, into the courses and like show that. Why did you choose to become a cybersecurity, to get into cybersecurity? Ultimately it just came down to the interest in computers, and through that, I started paying attention to the news, and a lot of times it was disclosing security breaches. I remember the first one that really caught my attention was the Sony hack, um, of 2014, and that was really the first one. I was like, wow, like that has a big magnitude. Like it literally shut down an entire movie production. So from that, I started doing some self study, and yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, are there any universities in Canada for cybersecurity master's degree? I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked into into Canada's market, for masters in cyber. Um, and also I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. I know there is in the United States. I would like to have your views on security blue teams certification. Let's see. Yeah, I think that I actually haven't looked into security blue teams certification, much of their certifications, so I can't give you my full opinion on that right now. I'll be something I look into after this stream. What type of MacBook can I use for your cybersecurity? For cybersecurity courses, yeah, MacBook Pro uh, yeah, yeah, that MacBook Pro is what I'd recommend. Let's see, please. Here for my favorite books. Let's see, for security books, I would recommend looking. Actually, here I'll give you a list, because these are like, let's see, cyberacademy.org, access resources. Here I'll send this in the live stream. If I currently go here. So if I give you this, and there's a complete archive of resources, and one of those is books. So you can go ahead and take a look at those resources if you would like to. Let's see. I appreciate your support. Can you use? Are you going to learn? Are you going to learn on any language? Are you going to learn in? No, I'm not planning on learning a different language, like a different, no. Let's see. Can you name some of unis in U.S. for cybersecurity masters? Yeah, let me go ahead and give you this resource. I can't give you like one in particular, but I can point you towards something which would help you find out more information about master's degrees. It's a common resource I recommend. I recommend that resource. That's a great archive of and lists of like literally all the master's degrees around the nation. Let's see. Why did I delete the advanced keylogger tutorial? So I deleted that because another person on YouTube, his name's Zaid, or from Z Security, was getting flagged for like having offensive type of tutorials on his YouTube channel. In fact, his YouTube channel got taken down within like a day. So at that time, I was like, wow, I probably should go ahead and put that at private. So that's what I've done for the time being. Yeah, so that's really where I've come down to. Let's see here. Anything else? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I think that favorite subfield in cybersecurity. I would. I really do like the networking side of cyber. Like I think that's probably what I'd recommend, or just what I would recommend people get into. But that is probably my favorite kind of subfield of cyber. I don't know if that's. I mean, I guess this is very general. That's a very general answer. For Windows, yeah, Windows laptop or Apple laptop, I would recommend. Either one. I know people would they would give me so much gripe about Windows, but again, I just come back to like it's up to your personal preference. After I graduated, couldn't find any entry-level position for cybersecurity. What do you recommend I do? Build a portfolio. That is my general advice. And I've talked about this earlier in the stream, but that is my advice to you. Build a portfolio. That means outside of your university studies, and this is kind of, again, I come back to the course. This is what I show you within the side of this course. I show you my process. And my process of building not only projects but also a portfolio. So, but building a portfolio includes connecting with individuals around your, or just connecting with individuals in general. Being able to show what you're working on. So, what are the projects that you're working on? What communities are you contributing to? What communities are you a part of? That's part of building a portfolio. If you're into programming or scripting, what are you doing on GitHub, or what are you contributing to open source? What are you involved in, like outside of school? What are you involved in? Those are big things. And then also adding on top of that a degree and some certifications are also, and not to undermine a degree or certifications, but those are also two that can be part of a portfolio. Can I use a gaming PC for hacking? Yes. Is Java any use? No. I think yes, Java still has a use for cybersecurity, but I wouldn't recommend a beginner go out and learn Java for their first programming language. No, I wouldn't. Yeah. Let's see. Even though you are in college and do I think college is worth it at this point? Here's my opinion on college, and I've made this video before about college versus certification. Yes and no. If you are a student who is interested in cybersecurity, right, I would say it can be of help depending on which university you go to, as well as which stage of life you're in. So if you're in the same stage of life as I'm in, then I think it really can help you because it gives you access to a network of students that you otherwise wouldn't have. If you're in a career transition, maybe look at something else. But that's just my opinion. Do I think it's worth it from a curriculum perspective? Like, did I learn a lot? No. I didn't learn a lot, but that's just my opinion. That's my experience, and my experience doesn't fit all experiences. So some people go to university and have a great outlook, and they have great time. Let's see, how to learn. So even though you're in college, yeah. Let's see, learn to social skills. How to learn social skills. So best cities for cybersecurity in U.S. I would say probably the big ones. That's a general answer. I know. Cybersecurity is so needed that you can go into any city, general city, and find a job. So that I don't think that needs to be a worry that you have to get into one city. How to learn social skills. Yeah. So I would recommend going to meetups. Probably the biggest thing. Just going to meetups, getting comfortable with yourself. That'd probably be the biggest thing. Do I have a high school degree? I do. Okay, I understand. Do you have any focus on Windows? Because I think it's hard to expert on both of them. I think it can be hard to focus on Windows. Well, I mean, it depends on, again, what position you're in. So for instance, let me give you an example. I worked under an internship position, which is in the kind of the GRC type side of the industry. So it was more about compliance. And within this, we didn't use Linux. And I'm not saying that we didn't assess like Linux systems and servers, but we were more interested in documentation. So that would be primarily like a Windows. They use Windows in that. So yeah, Yeah, I recommend that if you could look into cyber. So yeah, I don't think that you have to have one necessarily an idea of like I have to either learn Windows or Linux. I think you can do both. Let's see. How do I run? And let's see here. Hey guys. Oh, hey, I'm interested in coding, but I am currently being an auto car technician. What would you? Um, I would say for being an auto car technician, you're in a different industry. Self study. General advice. Just being into the self study would be huge. Anyway, guys, it's getting dark here. I'm actually going to go ahead and end the stream. So if you guys, again, I pivot, but if you guys are interested in learning more about cybersecurity for the limited time of this week, I'm offering this coupon code for anyone who's interested in getting into cybersecurity. I hope that this stream has been able to help you answer some questions about the course and just general cybersecurity. And I hope that, I appreciate all your support throughout this entire process. And after this week, this price will go up. So that's it. I hope that you guys are doing well, and have a great last just have a great last part of your day if you are in your day, if you are ending your day, or you're just beginning your day. So anyway, thank you and have a great day, guys.